John stood at the edge of his farm, squinting into the twilight. The year was 1943, and the world was caught up in chaos. Fuel shortages, rationed goods. His crops were wilting under the weight of worry. He had 2 boys to feed, and the land was no longer generous. Strange sounds had started to creep into his nights. At first, it was just whispers in the wind. Then came the low growls, deep and primal. Cattle began to vanish, one by one. It gnawed at him. He couldn't afford to lose anymore. One evening, after a long day plowing the fields, John returned home to find chaos. Joe, his eldest at 18, lay crumpled in the barn, injured. Panic surged through John as he rushed to his son's side. Joe had deep wounds across his chest.
It was a beast, Dad. A wolf. But not just a wolf.
John's heart raced. He had heard the stories. Zegert, the werewolf, locked away for centuries in the woods nearby. The soldiers had come seeking shelter, and in their folly, they had freed it.
Stay with me, Joe.
The growls echoed in the distance, reminding him of the threat lurking just beyond the shadows. Fueled by fear and desperation, he grabbed a pitchfork and raced into the dark, chasing the creature away from his home. The next night, dread covered the farm like a thick fog. John felt it in his bones. He locked the doors tight, but sleep eluded him. Hours passed, and he heard the sounds again, closer this time. Then, silence. Suddenly, a scream split the night. It was Joe. John threw open the door and ran into the darkness. He saw a flash of fur darting away. He lunged, but it was too late. Joe was gone. Days turned into a nightmare. John searched tirelessly, but there was no sign of his son. Then, one night, Joe returned. He staggered into the barn, eyes wild and skin pale.
Dad, I can feel it inside me.
He decided to confront Zegert once more. He tracked the beast to a forgotten part of the forest, a place where shadows danced and the air was thick with dread. There, he found the remnants of an old prison, overgrown and forgotten. As the moon rose high, Zegert appeared, eyes glowing like embers. John fought fiercely. He was fueled by love for his son, the need to protect what was left of his family. With a final push, he trapped the beast within the crumbling stone walls, sealing it tight. Breathless and shaken, he returned home, ready to face Joe. But as he stepped into the barn, a chill ran down his spine. Joe was gone again. Then he noticed it, a glint of silver on the ground, a small knife. The very knife he had used to cut bandages for Joe. A howl echoed in the distance, familiar and haunting. John's heart sank, a wave of profound sadness washing over him. He realized the terrible truth. Zegert was not the only threat. The curse had passed to Joe. The boy he loved was lost, transformed into the very monster they had tried to escape. The battle was not over. It had only just begun, and John knew with a heavy heart that the final confrontation would be with his own son.